Good evening, everyone. My name is Michelle Gray. I'm the Acting Dean in the Faculty of Forestry and Environmental Management, and I want to welcome one and all to our 2022 ForEM Awards Night for our students. I want to first acknowledge that this award ceremony is carried out on the traditional unceded territory of the Wolastoqey, Mi'kmaq, and Passamaquoddy peoples. This territory is covered by the treaties of peace and friendship, which these nations first signed with the British Crown in 1726. We honor and pay respect to the elders past and present and their descendants of this land. We honor the knowledge keepers and seek guidance as we strive to develop closer relationships with the Indigenous peoples of New Brunswick. So I encourage those family, friends, and relatives joining us online to just take a moment and reflect on the lands upon which you're joining us tonight. We are here tonight to celebrate the achievements of all of these lovely people who clean up super nice. You can't see it from where you are online, but we can see it here. The achievements of our undergraduates and graduate students from the past academic year, like the Dean's List, but also those who have started in September 2022. These students have won and received various prizes, scholarships, and bursaries from the university and from also within our faculty, from generous donors, from past faculty, alumni, and families. This is their night, and we want to celebrate with you and celebrate you and your achievements during your time here in ForEM. Without further ado, I'm going to exit stage right. Well, I should say, I'm going to try and do this because it was either, if I forgot, Jay was going to do this, but we'll do a little bit of housekeeping. We've got a stage this year where you can come up on one side and then exit the other, and we'll get some pictures in front of the banner. We've got a photographer, Lori Nason, over here that's going to take your picture. And when there's an award where there's multiple recipients, please just stand up here. Jay will call up your names and just stand here until we get everyone up. And then so please leave the clapping until we have everyone up here, and then they'll exit to get their picture, and then we'll go through. So without further ado, I want to, don't clap, not yet. That's right. We should have a cue. So I want to invite Jay Ogilvie, the Assistant Dean, up to present all of the undergraduate awards.
Thank you, Michelle. Welcome, everybody. I'm very excited and humbled to be here to celebrate this night with you all. Many of you I know well, some I know better than others, but it's very exciting to be here with you tonight to share this with you. So for some of these awards, I have multiple recipients, and for some of these awards, I have a little blurb about the history of the award or the donor. So for some, we'll gain some bar trivia about the faculty, and for others, we may not, but I encourage you to listen attentively. There's not going to be a quiz at the end, but I think it's a good idea for us to remember what we're going through tonight. Okay, so I'm going to begin with the Alumni Undergraduate Scholarship, which is open to students who have completed at least the normal requirements for the first year of the program in which they are registered. The scholarship is awarded primarily based on scholastic attainment. This is donated by the UNB Associated Alumni, and the winner this year is Ali Pugh. Next, we have the B.W. Barney Flieger Memorial Prize. Born in Chatham, New Brunswick in 1906 and excelling as a student while at UNB, Barney graduated with a degree in forestry in 1926. He returned as an assistant professor in forestry in 1928 and was probably best known for his founding and managing of the government industry-sponsored partnership for Spruce Budworm Control Company in New Brunswick, known as Forest Protection Limited. Funded by the Forest Protection Limited, this prize is given to a third-year student in ForEM who has achieved high academic standing in the second year. Recipient this year is Rachel Ask. All right, next is the B.W. Barney Flieger Memorial Scholarship in Forestry. Awarded to Fredericton campus students who have completed the requirements for the second year of the Bachelor's of Science in Forestry degree program. Selection is based on academic achievement. There are multiple recipients for this award. We have Mark Tennant, Nathaniel Morehouse, Pierre Shafto, and again, Rachel Ask. All right, next we have the Centennial Scholarship in Environment and Natural Resources, awarded to students who have completed at least the minimum requirements for the first year of the Bachelor's of Science in Environment and Natural Resources. Selection is based on academic achievement. Recipients this year are Gabe Rogers and Malik Martin. Congratulations. Thanks. Next is a Centennial Scholarship in Forestry, awarded to students who have completed at least the minimum requirements of the first year of the Bachelor's of Science in Forestry. Selection is based on academic achievement. Multiple recipients. This year we have Fallon Thornton, Madeline Yerksa, Madison White, Mark Tennant, Nathaniel Morehouse, and Pierre Shafto. Next, we have the Class of 1955 Forestry Alumni Scholarship, awarded to a Fredericton campus student entering the fourth year of study in the Bachelor's of Science in Forestry degree program. Selection is based on academic achievement. This is donated by the members of the forestry class of 1955. Recipient this year is Tiago Francesca McGorman Geldart. Next, we have the Cindy Flan Volleyball Scholarship. Recipient, Caitlin Chapman. Good hustle. Thank you. Next, we have the Class of 1987 Scholarship. Recipient this year is Joshua Foster. The Colby H. and Bessie J. Jones Scholarship in Forestry, open to students in the Faculty of Forestry and Environmental Management at UNB who are graduates of a high school in Kings or Queens counties, New Brunswick. Donated by the late Miss Bessie J. Jones. Recipient, Grace McLean. Congratulations. Next, we have the David J. Cartwright Memorial Scholarship, open to students entering the final year of the Bachelor's of Science in Environment and Natural Resources program, with preference given to those who have declared a major in wildlife. Candidates should have combined scholastic ability with demonstrated interest in wildlife management. This is donated by the Atlantic Society of Fish and Wildlife Biologists. Recipient this year, Ava Hart. Congratulations. Next is the David N. Shepard Bursary, awarded to a student who has completed at least the minimum requirements for the first year of the undergraduate degree program in the Faculty of Forestry and Environmental Management and has demonstrated successful academic achievement. Donated by Laura Lee Robbins, Gregory Robbins, friends and family of the late David N. Shepard, and the New Brunswick University Opportunities Fund. Recipient, Suzanne Mitten. David A. Doherty Memorial Scholarship. Recipient, Martin Malik. Dr. Ivan H. Crowell Scholarship in Forestry, awarded to a Fredericton campus student who has graduated from a New Brunswick high school and is beginning a forestry degree program at UNB. Selection is based on academic attainment. This is donated by the estate of the late Dr. Ivan H. Crowell and Mrs. Mildred A. Crowell and the New Brunswick University Opportunities Fund. Recipients are Jenna Miner and Sean O'Connor. Next is the Dr. Mary Connolly Scholarship. Recipient, Hayden Mills and Caitlin Gorman. Congratulations, Hayden. Thanks. Edwin Jacobs Special University Scholarship, awarded to students based on academic achievement and donated by the University of New Brunswick. This award is shared by 10 recipients: Anna Doran, Ashley Reagan, Ella Blagden, Emily McGuinness, Grace McLean, Houston Sullivan, Jennifer Nakua, and Malaya Luddington, and Emily McNaughton. Next is the Elaine McKay Bancroft Scholarship, awarded to a Fredericton campus student who has completed the requirements of the third year of an undergraduate degree program in the Faculty of Forestry and is beginning the fourth year. Selection is based on academic achievement. Donated by J. Douglas Bancroft. Recipient, Tiago Geldart. Ernest H. Gunter Memorial Scholarship, awarded based on scholastic attainment to Fredericton campus students who have completed at least 30 credit hours in the Faculty of Forestry and Environmental Management. Donated by the late Doris Gunter Bent. 14 recipients share this award across the Bachelor's of Science in Forestry and Environmental Management program. Recipients this year are Anna Doran, Ben Collins, Cassidy Bernard, Charlotte Toner, Fallon Thornton, Hannah Hayes McDonald, Jennifer Nakua, Kate Brukers, Madeline Yerksa, Malik Martin, Pierre Shafto, Rachel Ask, Victoria Riegrock, and Tiago Geldart. Next is the Faculty of Forestry Senior Project Award, a Brooke Prize given to a student who presents the best senior project in forestry. This book is provided courtesy of John Wiley & Sons Canada Limited. Recipient, Sarah Meister. Forester's Excellence Award, a cash prize to be awarded annually to a student enrolled in the fourth year of the Bachelor's of Science in Forestry degree program. Candidates are required to submit an essay on the role of the professional forester. The prize is funded by the alumni and friends of the Faculty of Forestry. Recipient this year, Kristen Wilson. Forest Products Research Society Award, a cash prize and one-year society membership established by the Forest Products Research Society, Eastern Canadian Section, to be awarded annually to the undergraduate student for academic achievement in the field of wood science. Recipient, Allison Meister. Congratulations. Forestry Special Award. Recipients Ava Hart and Noah Savoy. Forestry Staff and Alumni Scholarship, awarded primarily on the basis of scholastic attainment to Fredericton campus forestry students. Donated by the UNB forestry staff and UNB alumni members. Recipient, Ella Carr. Forestry Undergraduate Scholarship, awarded to a student enrolled in the university undergraduate degree program at the Faculty of Forestry and Environmental Management. Selection is based on academic achievement. Donated by Dr. Dave McLean, former Dean of the Faculty of Forestry and Environmental Management, with donations from the Forging Our Futures campaign. Recipient, Gabe Rogers. Friends of the UNB Reds Women's Basketball Scholarship. Recipient, Jennifer Nakua. The G.D. Esty Memorial Prize, a book prize established by the late Miss Esty in memory of her husband Gerald Jake Esty from the class of 1949. This prize is awarded to a deserving graduate student in forestry who, in the opinion of the faculty, is most interested in practicing sound principles of forestry. Recipient, Isaac Berethleflem. George and Elaine Andrews Memorial Scholarship in Athletics, awarded to students in the Bachelor's of Science in Forestry. Selection is based on academic achievement, with preference given to students who best combine academic and athletic achievements. Recipients, Caitlin Chapman and Jennifer Nakua. George and Elaine Andrews Memorial Scholarship in Forestry, donated by the estate of George and Elaine Andrews. George was a member of the BSCF class of 1950. This award is shared by 14 recipients. They are Ben Collins, Blake Tokarski, Ella Carr, Fallon Thornton, Caitlin Chapman, Madeline Yerksa, Madison White, Mateo Gasso Parter, Nathaniel Morehouse, Noah Cooper, Pierre Shafto, Rachel Ask, Cale Parnham, and Zach Jardine. George Edward Gunter Memorial Scholarship, awarded to a graduate or undergraduate student on the Fredericton campus who has demonstrated interest and involvement in environmental and sustainability issues. Donated by friends and family of the late George Edward Gunter, class of 1959. Recipient, Hannah Hayes McDonald. Glenn and Mary Doherty Forestry Scholarship, awarded annually to the continuing student who has completed at least the first year of an undergraduate degree program in the Faculty of Forestry. Donated by Glenn and Mary Doherty, who were the parents of Dave Doherty, Assistant Dean of ForEM until his death in 2005. Recipients, this is shared by 8. Those are Anna Doran, Charlotte Toner, Kate Brookers, Martin Malik, Mark Tennant, Nathaniel Morehouse, Pierre Shafto, and Rachel Ask. Next, we have the Governor Thomas Carleton Scholarship, awarded on the basis of academic achievement to students entering a degree program at UNB, donated by the University of New Brunswick. Recipient, Abby Douglas and Grace Berry. Graduates Award in Forestry, open to students who have completed at least the normal requirements for the first year of the program in which they are registered. Selection is based on academic achievement. Donated by the UNB Forestry alumni. Recipients are Joshua Goodman Keynes, Madeline Yerksa, and Sophia Paluzzi. H. Douglas Long Memorial Scholarship. A native of Marysville, New Brunswick, and born in 1913, Howard Douglas Long graduated from UNB with a BSc in Forestry in 1934. His career began in the Dominion Forestry Service, now known as the Canadian Forest Service, before moving to the governments of PEI, then Saskatchewan. In 1939, he rejoined the Federal Forest Service to work in silviculture and ecology, later earning his Master of Science from McGill University. Doug was an active member of the Association of Registered Professional Foresters of New Brunswick until his untimely death in 1971 while running track here at UNB. The award is given to students entering the final year of the program, leading to the degree of the Bachelor's of Science in Forestry, who have shown special interest in the promise in silvicultural aspects of forest management. Recipients: Caitlin Chapman, Mark Tennant, and Rachel Ask. HG and ML Pond Scholarship, recipient Sean O'Connor. The Honorable C.D. Richards Scholarship. Charles Dow, or C.D. Richards, was born in Southampton, New Brunswick in 1897. Elected to the New Brunswick Legislature in 1920, Richards serves as the Conservative House Leader, then the Minister of Lands and Mines. In 1931, Richards became the Premier of New Brunswick before leaving politics to an appointment at the Supreme Court of New Brunswick, serving as Chief Justice from 1946 to 1955. Awarded to a deserving student beginning the program leading to the degree of Bachelor's of Science in Forestry. Recipient is Ella Carr. Honorable Elmer McKay Scholarship in Forestry. Born in Hopewell, Nova Scotia in 1936, McKay was first elected to the House of Commons in Canada as the Progressive Conservative Member of Parliament for Central Nova Scotia. McKay was later appointed to the Cabinet of Canada, where he served as Solicitor General for Canada before becoming Minister of National Revenue before his appointment as Minister of Public Works in 1989. Awarded based on scholastic attainment to the Fredericton campus student from the Atlantic provinces who has completed the normal requirements at UNB for the first year of the forestry degree program. Recipient, Madeline Yerksa. Congratulations. Howard Kopp Memorial Bursary. Recipient, Zach Jardine. Ian McKay Anderson and Family Scholarship. Awarded to the Fredericton campus student who is beginning an undergraduate degree program in the Faculty of Forestry. Selection is based on academic achievement. Donated by Stephanie Anderson in honor of her father and the New Brunswick University Opportunities Fund. Recipient, Caitlin Augustine. J. Miles Gibson Forestry Award. Born in Fredericton, New Brunswick, and educated in St. John in Fredericton, Miles, or Hoot Gibson, became known as Mr. Forestry. With an education in forestry interrupted by World War I, Gibson served with the 65th Battery in France before being wounded in 1917 and returning home. He graduated with a BSc in forestry in 1919, beginning a forestry career that can truly be described as sea to sea. Working from BC to New Brunswick, he became the first Dean of Forestry at UNB in 1949. Seeing some 800 graduate foresters over his tenure, Gibson retired in 1961. Through his influence and respect in those early days, UNB became internationally known in forestry circles. Awarded to the student entering the second year of the program, leading to the degree of Bachelor's of Science in Forestry, this prize is funded by the Friends of J. Miles Gibson. Recipients, Nathaniel Morehouse and Fallon Thornton. James C. Sampson, MM Scholarship. Recipient, Tiago Geldart. Congratulations. Jason Heron Memorial Award. Awarded annually to the student in good academic standing who has completed at least 90 credit hours in the Bachelor's of Forestry degree program. The recipient must have demonstrated professionalism, commitment to fellow students, and academic leadership. This award is funded by family, friends, and colleagues of Jason Herron, Forest Manager for Georgia Pacific in New Brunswick for many years, and a lecturer at UNB from 2000 to 2003. Recipient, Caitlin Chapman. Congratulations. John and Rita Bent Scholarship. Awarded to a student enrolled in the undergraduate degree program at the Faculty of Forestry and Environmental Management. Selection is based on academic achievement. Consideration may be given to involvement in extracurricular activities. This is donated by the estate of Rita Bent. Recipient, Ava Henry. Next, we have the Lieutenant Governor of New Brunswick Silver Medal in Forestry. Awarded to the full-time or part-time student judged to be the most outstanding student based on primarily on the last half of his or her program as decided by the faculty in consultation with the registrar. Recipient, Sarah Meister. Lucien J. Forestier Prize in Silviculture. Recipient, Aaron Rideout. Mary Paul Boucher Godin Scholarship. Recipient, Hannah Hayes McDonald. Congratulations. Mark Way Memorial Scholarship in Forestry and Environmental Management. Recipient, Cassidy Bernard. Merlin Stillwell Memorial Prize, awarded annually to a student of high academic standing and creative abilities who has demonstrated an interest in bioethics and forestry. The award is funded by family and friends of the late Merlin Stillwell, a graduate of the UNB Bachelor's of Science from 1949 and Master's of Science in 1957. Mr. Stillwell was a research scientist with the Canadian Forestry Service and a part-time lecturer in the Faculty of Forestry at UNB until his untimely death in 1977. His research was aimed at gaining a better understanding for the forest environment with an emphasis on tree diseases. Balsam fir tree foliage that had been infested by spruce budworm but not yet severely defoliated were found in some cases to turn bright red and die. This phenomenon is now known as Stillwell syndrome. Recipient, Pierre Shafto. Michael J. Brum Memorial Scholarship in Silviculture. Born in New Conwell, Nova Scotia in 1948 and died in Mackenzie, BC in 1995, Michael J. Brum graduated from the University of New Brunswick with a degree of Bachelor's of Science in Forestry in 1972. He was employed with the BC Forest Service in the Prince George District as a registered professional forester. Open to students who have completed approximately 90 to 100 credit hours in the UNB Bachelor's of Science in Forestry degree program, selection is made based on satisfactory academic performance and consideration for extracurricular activities. Recipients must have demonstrated excellence in silviculture courses and an interest in silviculture. Donated by friends, relatives, and colleagues of Michael J. Brum across Canada, including colleagues in the BC Ministry of Forests and Forest Industry and the Association of British Columbia Professional Foresters. Recipient, Rachel Ask. Congratulations. N. Miles Brown Natural Science Scholarship. Awarded to the student either beginning or having completed their first year requirements, the recipient must intend to pursue their studies in any field of science or applied science concerned with ecology. Selections are made based on scholastic and other attainments. Donated by the Woodstock Museum. Recipient, Hannah Hayes McDonald. Congratulations. NB Energy Institute Environment Scholarship in Forestry. Recipient, Caitlin Augustine. Nelson Bertram Welling Undergraduate Entrance Scholarship. Awarded to the undergraduate student in the Faculty of Forestry and Environmental Management, selection is based on academic achievement. This is donated by Nelson Bertram Welling. There are 11 recipients across the faculty sharing this award. Those recipients are Claire Bennett, Daniel Gunter, Elizabeth Phillips, Garrett Lindhout, Jesse Smids, Joseph Dirom, Josh Langell, Loris Elliott, Owen Kennedy, Riley Ward Stickler, and Sophia Graham. Congratulations. New Page Port Hawkesbury Scholarship. Recipients Ava Hart and Marina McBride. Norman L. Kissick Memorial Scholarship. Professor Kissick received his Bachelor's of Science in Forestry from the University of Toronto in 1948, after his education was interrupted by the Second World War for 3 years, where he served with the Royal Canadian Air Force. Later obtaining a master's degree in forestry at Yale University in 1951, Kissick came to UNB in 1961. In the Faculty of Forestry at UNB, Professor Kissick taught across the areas of land use planning, forest regulation, forest history, and forest policy. Awarded to a Fredericton campus student who has completed 75 credit hours of the Bachelor's of Science in Forestry degree, who has a demonstrated interest in forest resource management, selection is based on academic attainment. Recipients are Aidan Hubble, Sophia Paluzzi, and Tiago Geldart. NSERC Undergraduate Student Research Award, recipient Victoria Rigrock. Peter J. Hughes Sustainable Forestry Award, awarded to a student in the Faculty of Forestry and Environmental Management after completion of at least 60 credit hours in the BSCF degree program. The recipient must have a demonstrated commitment to sustainable forestry practices. The award has been funded by family, friends, and business associates in memory of the late Peter J. Hughes, who was a longtime employee of the New Brunswick Federation of Woodlot Owners. Recipient, Madison White. Congratulations. Registered Professional Foresters of New Brunswick Scholarship, awarded to Fredericton campus students entering the second, third, or fourth year of either the BSCF or BSc ENR programs, primarily on the basis of scholastic attainment. Evidence of leadership, as demonstrated in involvement in extracurricular activities, executive positions in student societies, etc., are also a consideration. Donated by life members of the Association of Registered Professional Foresters of New Brunswick, this award is shared by Ben Collins, Madison White, and Kristen Wilson. Congratulations. Congratulations. Ross and Bess Silversides Memorial Scholarship in Forestry. Born in Winnipeg, Manitoba in 1916, Charles Ross Silversides graduated with the BSc Forestry from the Faculty of Forestry at the University of Toronto in 1939. After a brief period with Canadian Pulp and Paper Company, he headed up the Forest Pest Management Institute for the Canadian Forest Service and stayed with the organization until his retirement in 1981. Ross always felt a responsibility to be a member of professional forestry associations and was a member of the Canadian Pulp and Paper Association, the Registered Professional Foresters of Ontario, and one of the relatively few Anglophone members of l'Ordre des Enseignants Forestiers du Québec. Awarded to students in the Faculty of Forestry and Environmental Management, selection is made based on the basis of academic achievement. Donated by the family and friends of the late Ross and Bess Silversides. This award is shared by Alexandria Cogswell, Joshua Goodman Keynes, Madeline Shepard, Maria McBride, Sophia Paluzzi, Suzanne Mitten, and Violet Elise Souza. Next is the Roxanne and Peter Archibald Scholarship in Forestry. Recipient, Hannah Hayes McDonald. Congratulations. Sharif H. Fahmy Forest Soil Scholarship. Awarded to a student who has successfully completed courses in soils and plant soil ecology and management and silviculture, receiving an average of B+ or better. Selection is based on academic achievement. Recipient, Tiago Geldar. Should I put a chair up here for you? Simon and Dora Chippen Award. Awarded to a student entering the second year of the program, leading to the bachelor's degree in the Faculty of Forestry and Environmental Management. This prize is funded by the late Simon and Dora Chippen. Recipient, Suzanne Mitten. Sir George E. Foster Scholarship. Recipient, Josh Foster. Stephen McGill Memorial Scholarship. Awarded to a Fredericton campus student who has completed at least the minimum requirements for the second year of an undergraduate degree program in the Faculty of Forestry and Environmental Management. Selection is based on academic achievement. This is donated by the family of Stephen McGill. Recipient, Mark Tennant. The Ertl Family Prize in Forest Management. This is a new award. Awarded on the recommendation of a faculty member with expertise in forest management within the Faculty of Forestry and Environmental Management to a student enrolled in the final year of the BSCF program. The recipient must demonstrate special interest, proficiency, and promise in the field of forest management. Recipient, Caitlin Chapman. The Tolko Scholarship, awarded to a student enrolled in the undergraduate degree program in the Faculty of Forestry and Environmental Management. Selection is based on academic achievement. This award is donated by Tolko Industries Limited. Recipient, Charlotte Toner. The UNB Environmental Studies Scholarship, recipients Gabe Rogers and Malik Martin. Congratulations. UNB Scholarship for Academic Excellence, recipient Mateo Gasso Parker. UNB Scholarship in Environment and Natural Resources, awarded to students who have completed at least the minimum requirements for the first year of the BSc ENR program. Selection is based on academic achievement. Preference is given to students majoring in wildlife conservation who have a demonstrated interest in land-bird ecology. This award is shared across 7 recipients. Those recipients are Anna Doran, Cassidy Bernard, Charlotte Toner, Gabe Rogers, Grace McLean, Kate Brookers, and Malik Martin. We're almost there, folks. All right, UNB Scholarship. Recipient, Hayden Mills. Congratulations, Hayden. Viteo Hadley Memorial Prize. Friends of the late Mr. B.W. Flieger and the Canadian International Paper Company, Montreal Professor of Forest Engineering at the University of New Brunswick from 1927 to 1950, have offered a prize in memory of Professor H.E.D. Viteo and C. Graham Hadley of the Forestry Faculty, who lost their lives in a drowning accident in October 1951. These men are still remembered in the ForEM Student Lounge. This prize is awarded to a student for outstanding performance during the year. Recipient, Ava Hart. Congratulations. The Viscount Richard Bedford Bennett Prize in Forestry. 2 annual prizes have been established by the late Viscount Bennett to be given to 2 outstanding students selected by the Faculty of Forestry and Environmental Management, one entering the 3rd year and one entering the 4th. Born on July 3rd, 1870 in Hopewell Hill, New Brunswick, Richard Bedford Bennett was elected Canada's 11th Prime Minister in 1930. As the Great Depression wore on, Bennett's government brought in increasingly drastic and unpopular programs, including the 1932 Relief Act, which established remote work camps for single unemployed men with nowhere else to turn. These camps are for their hard work. These workers were rewarded with a subsistence wage of 20 cents per day. Bennett emigrated from Canada to England in 1938, where he was later made a Viscount, or nobleman, and sat in the House of Lords. With his passing in 1947, Bennett is the only Canadian Prime Minister not buried in Canada. Recipient, Rachel Ask. W.T. Whitehead Memorial Prize. An annual prize established by Miss W.T. Whitehead to be awarded to the student having the highest standing in the 3rd year of the program, leading to a bachelor's degree in the Faculty of Forestry and Environmental Management. Recipient, Caitlin Chapman. Congratulations. William and Iris Perrin Scholarship. Awarded to a student who is enrolled in an undergraduate degree program in the Faculty of Forestry. Selection is based on academic achievement. This award is donated by the family of Bill and Iris Perrin. Bill is BSCF class of 1953. Recipient, Ava Henry. William and Lois Payne Founders Scholarship. This award is shared by recipients Emily McGinnis, Emily McNaughton, and Jenna Miner. Congratulations. William Halliburton Memorial Scholarship. Awarded to Fredericton campus students who have completed at UNB at least the normal requirements for the 1st year of the Bachelor's of Science in Forestry program. Selection is made on the basis of scholastic attainment. Preference will be given to students undertaking senior projects focused on forestry in harmony with nature, and or those who have personal integrity and demonstrated commitment to the environment. Donated by the family of the late William Halliburton. Recipients are Caitlin Chapman and Rachel Ask. William McNeil Scholarship, recipient Ella Carr. William S. Butler and Jeffrey W. Butler Memorial Scholarship. Awarded to a Fredericton campus student who has graduated from a Canadian high school and has completed the minimum requirements for 1 year of study of the Bachelor's of Science in Forestry. Selection is based on academic achievement. This award is donated by family and friends of the late William S. Butler. Recipient, Madison White. And the very final award that you'll have to hear me speak. The 75th Annual Scholarship in Forestry is awarded to Thomas Cale Parnham. Congratulations all sincerely to you. Next, I will call Michelle back up to continue on with the Dean's List.
I think I need a volunteer, though, to help give the certificates while I'm still calling names. Do you want to come back? We haven't seen enough of Jay yet, so. So I'm going to call all of the names.
Someone showed up that I don't think is here.
If we don't have your certificate up here, Lori might have it across the way, but I'm going to call all the names, but some people aren't here. Okay? So the 2022 Dean's List, and I apologize ahead of time if I do not pronounce your name properly. Gerard Arsenault. Well, sorry, let's decide now. There's a long list. Do you want to wait till the end for the clapping? Okay, all right. Okay, I'm going to go through that. Rachel Ask, Cassidy Bernard, Isaac Bartholem, which I think is not the way you say it, but I heard him say it differently. Olivia Blizzard, Ella Bragdon, Caitlin Chapman, Emily Terwinski, Anna Doran, Christopher Fazio, Emily Ferguson, Tiago Geldart, Josh Foster, Mackenzie Good, Taylor Goodfellow, Jordan Green, Spencer Hackman, Ava Hart, Hannah Haynes McDonald, John Hugendorn, Malaya Luddington, Grace McLean, Malik Martin, or Mate, Kaylee McGarrigle, Allison Meister, Sarah Meister, Suzanne Mitten, Nathaniel Morehouse, Jennifer Nakua, Megan Parsons, Houston Porter, Ethan Price, Allison Pugh, Ashley Reagan, Aaron Rideout, Gabriel Rogers, Victoria Rugrock, we're clearing the room here, Pierre Shafto, Julia Spice, Eli Stempian, Mark Tennant, Fallon Thornton, Charlotte Toner, Jessica Trottier-Lacaire, Avery Wells, Elizabeth White, Madison White, Madeline Yerksa, and Yu Yi Zhu. Congratulations, everyone on the Dean's List. Congratulations. Fantastic achievements, everyone. So that concludes the undergraduate awards. Now I would have invited Graham Forbes up here to tell some really off-color jokes when he would come up and do the recipients of the graduate awards. I don't think we have the full list tonight. We had some issues getting the full list, but I'm going to present on his behalf. He's at a board meeting tonight and he wasn't able to join us. So for the graduate awards tonight, for the recipients of the NBIF, so the New Brunswick Innovation Foundation Graduate Awards, we have Abby Culberson. Seema Hasmati. Joel Tremblay. Nadia Zahabi. I just shocked her. Sorry. Liam Dalton. Annalise Collette. I'm sorry, I didn't say it loud enough. Congratulations. That's the end of the NBIF awards. And then for the Board of Governors Graduate Entrance Awards, we have Megan Oliver. And Nadia Zahabi. Gonna come back. We made the undergrads come up and over again, so I'm gonna make you do it. Congratulations. Okay, this concludes the ceremony tonight. We're gonna have a small reception for the people that are here in person, so we've got some food at the back of the room for everybody. But I wanna thank all of the public online for coming and viewing this online event for this blended award ceremony. So we're happy that we're able to stream it. That's one positive that came out of COVID, so now we're streaming it so that family and friends can also participate in celebrating you all. So I wanna thank also, I wanna do a shout out to the ForEM executive team. So Lori, she organized the food and she's been the photographer tonight, so we'll get those posted up. Ed Cherwinski did a lot of the logistics and sorted out this, and then we have our video production behind the camera there, Seth Matthews. So I want to thank them because it does take a lot to pull these events together, so I want to thank you all profusely. So with that, enjoy the food, and we'll say goodbye to everybody online.